Check out you always have the back. It's kind of nice.
That's awesome. I know, I was just praising him again. It's awesome, guys.
One more minute.
I'm good.
Ready? Yep.
All right, I'd like to call this Springfield Local School Board of Education special meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Petrie.
Here.
Ms. Terry.
Here.
Mr. Ray. Here. Mr. Hofer.
I'm here.
Here. Mrs. Frola.
Here.
Item 3, pledge of allegiance. Please stand for it. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 4, citizens' comment on agenda items. Citizens' comments on agenda items are welcome at this time. Participants shall be limited to 5-minute durations.
Congratulations. Thank you. That's why we're here. Congratulations. Thank you.
Seeing none, we will proceed. Item 5, resolution. Resolution amending resolution numbers 22-020 and 22-025. It is recommended that the board approve a resolution amending resolution numbers 22-020 and 22-025 in connection with the submission of the question of levying an additional tax in excess of the 10 mil limitation to the electors of the entire territory of the Springfield Local School District pursuant to section 5705.21 of the revised code, Exhibit 1.
So moved. I'm gonna have a comment after this, okay?
Okay?
Second.
All right, before we vote. Something unprecedented happened, and I think we all know what's going on with Supreme Court in Ohio and the Secretary of State in Ohio. And basically, we put together our proposal, just like we always have, and went to the Board of Elections, which their legal counsel approved it, went on the ballot. We got an issue number, and 3 days ago, I get a phone call from the Board of Elections, kind of in a panic. And he said the Secretary of State has been reviewing language like they've never done before, and they advised us that we had to revise the ballot language to a 5-year from a 10-year, which obviously, we put a 10-year on for a reason, but we were too late in the process. The alternative was we weren't going to make the ballot. So our lawyer and the Board of Elections lawyer got together and ironed out a proposal, and it allows us to stay on the ballot, except we're going back to a 5-year, which is all the renewals that we have right now, but we were trying to break that cycle of a 5-year, but we wanted to keep it on the ballot, obviously. I have I made copies for the board. If anybody wants one, come up to me after the meeting, I can get your email and send it to you. It's a response from our legal counsel on what happened. Basically, the Secretary of State's office objected to the ballot language when it conducted its review. Essentially, the Secretary of State argued that the statute provided only two options. One was a continuing and one was a 5. We definitely wasn't going to ask the taxpayers for a 10-year levy and then switch it at the end and said, oh, by the way, we're going to go to a continuing. That would have caused our levy to fail. People would have thought we were pulling a fast one. So we said, let's go with the 5-year. The County Board of Election is currently printing the ballots, and in order to meet the obligation to print ballots for overseas military members, the solution proposed by the Board of Election was to amend the resolutions to provide a 5-year term, which allowed the levy to stay on the ballot. Russell and Anders, that provides our ballot language, still to this day does not agree, but they weren't in a position to argue based on the time frame provided. So that's what happened. So the levy goes on. The only difference is it's a 5-year, and you know the taxpayers are used to 5-year levies here, so it shouldn't cause a problem. I don't have any more hair to lose, so it didn't really matter. You know, it was kind of a stressful morning to say the least. So we have a motion. We have a second. I'll call the roll call. Mr. Petrie,
Yes?
Ms. Frola,
Yes.
Mr. Hofer,
Yes.
Ms. Terry,
Yes.
Mr. Ray.
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion carried. Item 6, RC 3319.01, Employment Contract Resolution. It is recommended for the Springfield Local School District Board of Education Board to approve 3-year, 1-month RC 3319.01 employment contract with the board and Shelley Monachino commencing July 1st, 2022 and ending July 31st, 2025. A copy of which is attached here too and incorporated herein. Exhibit 2.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Terry,
Yes.
Mr. Ray,
Yes.
Mrs. Frola,
Yes.
Mr. Hofer,
Absolutely.
Mr. Petrie.
Yes. Motion carried.
I just want to thank first the board for giving me this opportunity to become part of the Spartan family. I am truly excited and eager to start our work together. I'm really looking forward to that you entrusted me with our most dearest and precious cargo that we have as our students, so thank you. One thing that I talked about a little bit in my interview is where applying for positions. And I am not somebody who applies for positions whenever they come up. I liked where I'm at, but when a position comes up that I feel that I'm a good fit for, and vice versa is a good fit for me, I apply for that position. And a couple, at the beginning of the year, I had heard that there might be an opening at Springfield. And I said, is that possible? Can it really happen? And sure enough, it did. And as soon as that posting came up, I applied immediately for it because the people that I knew that live in Springfield and the things that I knew about it, I knew that it was a place where I wanted to call home. And one of the things that is when I'm at a place, I'm at a place, and it's 100%, and that's what I believe in. So I am so thrilled and honored that you accepted me into Spartan country, and that I'm here, and I think we are going to continue doing wonderful things with our kids and making sure that they're successful. While I'm up here, I want to give a shout out to Tammy. She was my student liaison. Saturday was a 4-hour was wonderful. The stories they told, the pride that they had about being here in Springfield, it just warmed my heart terribly, and it made me even more eager when I was leaving here saying, gosh, I gotta get here, I gotta get here, I gotta get here. And it was like 5 o'clock, why haven't they called yet? Why haven't they called yet? It was very nerve-wracking. So when Mr. Petrie called at 8 o'clock, I was like, woo! That was thrilling. It was probably the happiest moments of my career, and I really appreciate that. Just another thing, one of the other things I talked about in my interview is my family and how important and supportive they are. So today, I would have brought my daughter, but she's in California enjoying the sun, because that's what kids can do now. They can just leave for a month and say, oh, I'm leaving, okay, that's fine, though. But I have my brother Frank, my sister-in-law Kim, who I started teaching eons ago. We started teaching together in Maple Heights, and a good friend Laura, where we started in Talmadge together 17 years ago, and just built up an amazing friendship with that. So I want to thank them for coming, and again, I just want to thank everybody, and I cannot wait till July 1st. I'm going to thank you in advance for going to be helping me make the transition and sharing all your wealth of knowledge that you have. So thank you in advance for that, because we're going to be definitely going to be talking quite a bit on that one.
And we already have, it's gonna be a great transition. You have a great superintendent coming.
Thank you. And I will get to know all your names eventually. Not tonight. Thank you. Thank you.
Item 7, citizens' comments. Participants shall be limited to 5-minute durations.
Don't all jump at once.
Seeing none, item 8, board members informal. I would just like to share with you that through the interview process, we met some outstanding candidates. And we are very fortunate to have had the quality of candidates we had that were interested in coming to Springfield schools. Our selection, we felt, was our best choice,
Thank you.
and we are happy to have done that. I can tell you, she showed up for the interview dressed in red, carrying a red bag. She was Springfield Spartans all the way,
All the way.
right from the first moment that she walked through the door. So if you think stuff like that doesn't make an impression, it does. And we noticed.
Thank you.
So, welcome aboard.
I'm excited. Thank you for having me.
And whoever.
I just want to say that I am very pleased where the kids are today, because they are going to benefit from a very good superintendent. I was going to add, throw some more adjectives in there, a report. But thank you for the willingness to commit, to enter into the process that we're in. And I just want to comment that one of her comments when we were done interviewing is, you know, I want to come help with the levy. And so I signed her.
Yes.
She already is on committees, but I thought that was really good. She just, you
Yes,
know,
absolutely.
if it's the job, it's the job, so thank
And
you.
it's for the kids, and that's what counts.
Thank you.
Your turn.
I just want to say, I think there's a new dawn beginning in the Spartan community. And I look for great things ahead. There's challenges, but I think we come from a community where we roll up our sleeves and we get down to business and carry on. As Larry mentioned, the candidates were tough, but I think he rose to the top. And thank you for bringing your family.
Thank you.
You know, it kind of reminds me of my mother's maiden name was Angeletti, so kind of like the Olive Garden.
Yes.
When you hear your family.
I just wanted to welcome
Thank you.
you. We got, it's gonna be a lot of work.
It's gonna be good work.
Good work, good things.
Good things, absolutely.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
I want to thank Joe, Tina, and Jeff from the Summit Educational Center. This was the hardest thing that I think many of us have done. It was a process that I never thought was going to be such a big, I mean, we had headaches. It was hard. I mean, some of you were in these forums and you saw how hard this was going to be. But they guided us, just helped us make that great decision, not with their opinions, but just guidance. I also want to thank all the people that were involved in our focus groups that kind of laid out the line of, or the path of what you guys wanted to see in the district. It wasn't just about us up here. It was parents, teachers, staff, community. Everybody put in their input, and then everyone that gave up the only beautiful day that we've had in like 10 years, last Saturday. You guys were here for 3 to 4 hours. You drilled all of our candidates, and we took all of your opinions very close to our heart, and all of us agreed with you. But thank you very much, and I hope that this is just that proven choice that we want to do this as a team, involve as many people as we can. So, welcome.
Thank you.
I'm very excited.
I'm excited.
I have, Tammy is like the only one that didn't text me, so I think she has that confidence, like, I don't need to ask. She's got it. You're the one that didn't text me, asking, did my person get it? So, welcome, and we're very excited to work with you.
I sent out one more
thing.
Well, I'm not a board member, but I'll speak on behalf of the people that work in the administrative offices. There's a little birdie that told me that you're a wonderful cook. So. Every once in a while, if you
Every
want
once in a
to
while, every once in a while, we will get that going.
Okay.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. Food is the way to go.
That's funny.
Cynthia?
Yeah, I just want to say, and there are a couple of people that work for me, or with me, not for me, as teachers, have heard me say this time and again, good decisions are made with good information. And what Miranda said needs to be, or I want to repeat, that the good information we got from everyone involved in this that day and in the process really was helpful and appreciated. So I think you are a good decision made with very good information. Thank you.
All right. Item 9, adjournment. It is recommended that the meeting be adjourned at this time.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Mr. Petrie.
Yes.
Mrs. Roy.
Yes.
Mrs. Terry.
Yes.
Mr. Ray.
Yes.
Mr. Hofer.
Yes. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for coming.